was kind of going to be the late game monster. Now they're trying to do the same thing with an anti-mage, but on the other team, a lot of guys trying to run a kind of similar strategy.
You startled me, no man.
Yeah, it's coming out of the blue like that. Haven't been quiet the entire draft, now popping back in.
Oh no, have you been listening to all my nonsense?
Yeah, for about the last 20 seconds. But I didn't really see it. You know, you had your flow going. I didn't want to pop in and disrupt that.
I could do this all day.
drafts of the dream. But
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I kind of like what HellRaisers are bringing to the party this time around. I feel like this is looking much more aggressive from them.
Mhm.
And I like this Ember Spirit being picked up. You know, it's not into any kind of tricky lanes just yet. So he should have a good time wherever he goes, and then he's going to be more of an effect on the map.
Yeah, and this Oracle is going to definitely allow him to play up well. Extremely hard to lock an Ember Spirit down already. With that Oracle involved, it's going to be even hard. Also, right now, I don't see too much of an answer on positive guys for the Tombstone. It's probably going to have to be the Anti-Mage Blinking, which is not the most times. So, yeah, definitely liking HellRaisers draft more this time around.
Team ban.
I am wondering about the most is if this Tiny is still going
Tiny is going to what?
to still be a core.
Hmm. Yeah.
10 seconds
It
remaining.
kind of feels that way. Either Abaddon or Tiny, right?
5 seconds.
Yeah, I haven't really
remaining.
seen many Abaddon cores recently. I feel
I've
like
seen
it's
some in NA.
good when you can kind of use its passive effectively against the cores on the side of the enemy team. Tanking as Ember Spirit, it's not really going to happen though. They've got too much mobility for that to be a case, and they don't have enough lockdown on positive guys to allow him to sit there and get 4 attacks off.
I think Abaddon makes sense as like an aura carrier in this game. So especially for that anti-mage who can really use the team fight boost up, and having a Tiny around to make tempo make this, for me, these could actually be the 3 cores already, and they can pick another 4 later. HellRaisers does think that positive guys are still looking for their off band out the
Radiant team
big
pick.
slugman underlord.
Yes, I think it's a Tiny mid. Oh, Terrorblade ban. There you go. Recognizing. I mean, Terrorblade doesn't feel fantastic versus Tiny, especially if it's in a core position.
Dire team pick.
Go, and the final pick is going to be an Ogre Magi, so it looks like it will be Abaddon offlane and Tiny mid. Meanwhile, HellRaisers, they were ready, and they're going to grab their Meepo pickup right now. D-Tune Meepo. That is pretty damn scary.
Yeah, first thought is, uh-oh, positive guys, you're in trouble. This Meepo is, once he hits that E-Blade, he's going to have a lot of targets to just choose from. Like, the only one that he can't reliably burst down is the Abaddon. But that's more like, you know, delay of execution than anything.
Yeah, he can hold him still long enough to kill him anyways, so
10
it's really not a big deal.
remaining.
Yeah, I think this is a very strong Meepo pick. They do not have enough to deal with this
5
Meepo.
seconds remaining.
It's going to come down to, you know, if how the pacing of the game goes, but this is feeling really good for HellRaisers right now. We'll see if it can take a game off positive guys and maybe draw the series even. This draft, it feels, you know, Dota can sometimes be a lot like a game of checkers, a game of drafts. You find yourself focusing too hard on your own pieces and then kind of fail to see where the enemy are moving their own pieces, and suddenly you find out that the enemy's moved into a checkmate, and there's nothing you can do about it. But then on the other hand, you can also get too focused on the enemy pieces and not check your own and never really find a win condition by yourself. But yeah, LTW is definitely going to be that for positive guys, so we'll see which carry is going to be the biggest of them all.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna find that. Like, I like the internal synergy that positive guys have going here, but at the same time, they don't kill this Meepo, they don't really hunt this Meepo unless, like, this Urgon and Ghostic dual lane is going to have to do a lot of work. If you can get that Tiny especially off to a good start, and you have this Ogre Magi running around frontlining, then they'll probably get to take some towers. They'll get to smoke in behind, see if they can find the Meepo. But in the end, you don't really, you don't really stop a Meepo as much as slow them down. And you're going to have found your own strength by the time that he has found his. And anti-mage is guaranteed you need 2 items in order to be relevant at all.
For battle.
Yeah, big time. If he doesn't have this Manta and this Battle Fury, then he is not going to be much of a hero. LTW needs to find the Game of Dreams in order to combat this Meepo. And the Meepo, well, he just kind of needs to play aggressive, keep up that pressure, and find himself a bit of a snowball win here, which HellRaisers can certainly do. They've got a very aggressive lineup. They've got a fantastic Meepo lineup, and they're against a game where I don't really feel like there's much Meepo counters, except for a really farmed AM. And even then, it doesn't seem like a huge advantage for positive guys. So, yeah, I feel like they're in a bit of a bind right now.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, they're loading the tips onto VTune right now, helping them get those shards up, getting them sets.
This reward
Did they go before their guy was back? Interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I was like, is that a... Why are they unpausing? That's BM. Luckily, just a little bit of a miscommunication there. So, there is a little bit of a twist up in this draft though, in that it is indeed Urgon on that mid Tiny and Misha on the support Abaddon helping out his anti-mage on the bot lane, trying to help him survive up against this Sand King Oracle duo, which is going to be pretty... This lane could get pretty messy. That's a lot of damage on HR. Anti-mage, not the tankiest of heroes. I wouldn't actually be surprised to see him maybe even take a level of counterspell early, just to be able to
Orb of Venom
remove
AM.
the...
I've seen this a couple of times before, and I really like it. I mean, it's interesting, and it obviously limits your regen coming into the lane. But I guess you got the Oracle, the Abaddon to help heal you up with the Mist Coil, so it is a possibility in this game.
It is. And one sentry on Misha, one sentry on DM,
The battle
but another
begins.
sentry on Alodan. They have already lost the Sentry War. And they lost the Rune War as well. ILTW grabs one of them.
Yeah, DM managed to get the other, but yeah, LTW just goes deep. And look at the damage he's done to Aloha Dance already. That guy did not enjoy that.
Yeah, and the reason why I was, focusing on those Sentry Wards is because indeed, if he can actually get all of this damage out on DM, if he gets to properly hit the Sand King, then yeah, the Sand King's not going to be happy at all. Misha going into the trees, planting a sentry, immediately pinged out by Aloha Dance.
He's not going to be settling for this, is he? Jumping through, will they get the wraparound? Yeah, Aloha Dance finds it. Easy Sentry Ward pickup. And DM already taken a fair amount of damage, missing a fair amount of mana, but still, he's safe now in his little sandstorm. Loving life. Until it runs out, and now he's bare naked run.
So, the lane is pretty fine for DM right now, and there's no new sentry coming out on that career either. It's just sitting in base. Probably has to wait until Urgon wants it for anything. He's got that bottle queued up.
Smacking a V-Tune right now, V-Tune. He's going to be fine in this mid lane, to be honest. As long as he doesn't get caught out in super early stages, but to be honest, with this Avalanche and Tree Grab build, it's not really possible. So, probably lose the CS war a little bit. Zergle's able to just sneak that range creep there. That crazy amount of damage. Kind of tricky, but Meepo's about to hit level 3, and then things will start to change.
He can either leverage that in the lane to get more damage threat out CS, or he could also start thinking about that jungle a little bit.
Yep,
course,
meanwhile, up
this
in the
is
top lane, there's a lot of aggression coming out, and merging with Shadow Poison, just stacking them up onto Nyx right now. Nyx, he's going to have 5 on him. Oh, but he pops them, and I think that was before the Flame Guard came off, if I'm not mistaken. Which...
Yeah, I think if Immersion was a little bit more patient there, he could have had that.
Yeah, that does seem like a missed kill, but there you go. Nyx lives to fight another day, will continue existing upon this lane, but that's about all he's going to be doing, waiting for the Tango to heal him up. But again, now comes the initiation. I don't think he's surviving this one. A little bit too greedy. Immersion grabs a kill, and there's your first blood for the positive guys.
Yeah, this anti-mage is not going to have the greatest of lanes, but neither is this Ember Spirit. Having to deal with the core Ogre Magi is just brutal. He's got the help of that Undying, making Ghost Stick a little bit less tanky, losing all of his strength, but at the same time, that just means that Immersion is free to spam out these Shadow Poisons onto Nyx.
Yeah, he's been pretty much ignored so far. He's going to continue blasting them out as free as he likes. He's got plenty of mana, plenty of health. Nyx will not be too happy about that. Meepo, meanwhile, getting beaten down a fair amount in this middle lane, but now he's got that second Meepo to play with. He can start ferrying them back to base, using those poop, of course, to get some CS. Oh, Fortify comes out just to save. I mean, for one melee creep, that doesn't really seem worth it, to be honest.
I wonder if that wasn't about something in another lane then.
I mean, neither of the other lanes are pushed in particularly, so it doesn't really seem
They're
like
going on Nyx on the top lane. He's got 4 stacks on him already.
Yeah, they're trying to beat him down with the 5th one coming down. He's still going to be okay. My god, though. I mean, only just 60 HP is what he was left on there. But still, he does live, and that's the important thing. Although at the same time, he might be wishing that maybe he was allowed to go back to base right now. But alas, not quite level 6 just yet. Well, Slyfist dodges out one, which is kind of fancy. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they get the kill onto DM as ILTW and Misha both dropping quite low, but managing to turn the tides.
Do you see what Misha has in his inventory right now?
Wow. Yeah. I think I know how they killed him, guys. Even on the top lane, the fight is still going on. Poshka now with 20 stolen strength, just turning around and smashing into Immersion. Immersion has to run himself out. Ghost Stick now going to be on the receiving end of Poshka's strength right now, punching him again and again.
And that's the awful part, isn't it? This Undying steals 20 strength, and he trades even.
Oh, Aloha Dance finds a little snipe onto Misha there, just with the Fortune's End and Purifying Flames, blasting him down super quick. A nice, easy kill onto the rotating. I think he was trying to go for the suicide maybe or something on the Abaddon. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's a very unexpected kill for me.
Yeah, he was low health walking around.
Why he should be there. But, well, he got back to base. He got to drop both of his wards off at the tiny and mid, so he can place them. And it's back to the bot lane he goes, very slowly. To heal up his anti-mage once again, who is definitely getting pressured out by DM here.
Yeah, doesn't like it when the Abaddon's not there. The plan of bringing no regen and getting healed up by the Abaddon doesn't really work too well when the Abaddon's not there.
Yeah, look then, but
Maposhka caught out by Urgon here. There's another free kill as the positive guys keep roaming around and just kind of predicting their movements. I mean, this time they did have an Observer Ward just freshly placed down there by the Tiny. He just happened to see the Undying walking around on low HP. Maybe there was some communication from the rest of the positive guys saying that he might be in the area. Tiny just decides to try his luck and gets lucky with it, but yeah, that's still another important
Tiny
kill.
Anticipating the Meepo moving into the jungle. So that's why he got those wards from Misha. Now they can keep tabs onto the Meepo, and depending on what happens, like Immersion might, for example, walk around and try and mess with him, although right now he is going to get found by Miposhka. I have to run away pretty hard.
Yeah, tries to grab him with the Soul Rip there, but it's not quite enough damage to bring down the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's going to be okay. Well, in the top lane, Ghost just leaning quietly versus the Nyx. It's all very quiet right now on the map. He's head to the bottom lane where DM's going to get brought down by LTW. They did have him inside that vision, and the Sandstorm wasn't enough to force them back, but Aloha Dance scoops around and will grab Misha quickly there as well. Though he's... LTW doesn't have 6, so I don't think it's very likely to result in a kill. Still chasing though. Yeah, now give up the goat.
Dire's middle tower.
Aloha was looking for another sentry ward, but there wasn't one down. I'm sure it was the second dust charge from Misha.
Up the top lane, Poshka just go in the pool, getting a bit of farm in as well. Gets himself a nice big centaur there, which is kind of nice. Might make his way towards that brown boots, perhaps. It's stunned up, but I don't think they have the opportunities to kill him anymore. Not with 3 points in Flame Guard. It's a little too difficult to burn through that.
Urgon is just running in for this poor level 3 Aloha Dance right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way this is going to go. Oh, Okay, no, never mind. It is going to be an easy kill. I thought Vuchin might be able to jump in there if that Fortune's End came off in time, but it didn't really do so. And now they're out of nets, and the Tinies is going to run himself out. They don't have enough damage to finish the job.
Yeah, so this Tiny walked up into the jungle to contest the Meepo earlier, got spotted, noticed that he got spotted, and dewarded for himself down in this little corner. And then after that, poor unfortunate Aloha Dance misjudged how far the Tiny had backed off and got himself ran at.
Well, DM gets chased down again, losing a lot of his mana in a little onslaught there from LTW and Misha, but with the Oracle TPing in, everything's okay. He doesn't really lose that much. He's just trying to keep as much pressure on this lane, as much aggression out as possible to try and secure himself a nice free farm for farming, because a nice free lane for farming.
Are moving up into this jungle.
Actually, this is going to be a very opportunistic rotation up onto the high ground right now. There's a tombstone placed on the high ground as well, but they'll still be able to take down Nyx. But now in comes V-Tune looking for the return kill onto Ghostic. It's going to take a while to get through the fat boy. The Poof's going to help out, but now in comes Ergon trying to get the kill. V-Tune turns around and gets blown up by Ghostic. That is costly as the Meepo is dead. Emotion also dies to Maposhka though. Maposhka now being chased down by Ergon. Ergon, he's going to have the avalanche in 1 second. Now the toss as well. Looking for that combo. Should be able to find it. Trying to get his way through the creeps and make sure he can get the kill here, but misses the toss target. Misha's coming in as well. They're still looking for this as a shield comes down. Maposhka so tanky, so annoying. Finds him on the decay as well, taking him one more hit. And then the wand as well. Maposhka into the trees here. Ergon's getting so frustrated. Finally brings him down, but V-Tune, he's back from the dead and he's looking for a kill onto a Tiny right now. Net gets cast, doesn't find him for first, but now on the second go they should be able to grab him, but again they miss with the net. Ergon's on the run up onto the high ground now, maybe gonna actually he's still got 8 seconds on his TP. Poshka's here as well, just TP back into this one, throws him around. Ergon through the base 10 minutes into the game. There's a blast coming out from Always Wanna Fly, and that's actually onto V2, not to Ergon. Ergon juking through the trees, no way. How much space can one man make? Now running back across the other side of the fountain. Aloha Dance, he hasn't got the Fortune's End. Now we'll throw it out, but the avalanche to turn it around. My god, Ergon, how much space? Now running back the way he came. They're laughing out in the chat here. Ergon running around through the trees. Finally, this should be the end of him here. This should be the end as a tower finishes him off. But a 1 minute long chase. 10 minutes into the games, and they should be able to grab all the bounty runes from this, though. DM's actually at bottom. He can grab one. And actually, Nyx jumping in. Okay, no, mind. They don't grab all the bounty runes, but still, a lot of time spent chasing that Tiny. My god.
And on 3 heroes, too. ILTW is just loving his life right now. No threat from anyone. Meepo was on top.
Yeah,
Oracle,
meanwhile,
not anywhere near that Sand King. Oh, is Nyx going to try and go
yeah,
for
he's
the
like,
mirror here?
I heard this is a good trick.
Yeah.
Go for TP out. Should be 6. Oh, Ghostic nearly gets in with the Fire Blast, but not quite. Apparently just a day to hang out in each other's bases, which is, you know, just bros, aren't they? Yeah, as you say, ILTW, a lot of space. Now grabs himself this Demon Edge, and that's a decent amount of farm on him, and also opening up a bit of aggressive potential. We'll throw it over to the net where a lot of people have been jungling, and see, unsurprisingly, there's AM well and truly on top.
Yes, and especially the fact that Meepo was involved in the super long chase was unfortunate for his net worth.
Yeah, it's too much time spent not doing anything for a Meepo for sure. You know what, OpenAI would have given up on that instantly. The moment they stopped seeing it, they'd be like, yeah, no, this isn't worth it anymore. The calculations would have come in, and they'd be like, yeah, no chance.
Ergon is
really wants Nyx here, and Nyx will give it to him, and I think he's dead. Yeah, he's that Avatos combo, level 4 and level 3. It's not really survivable for Nyx there, so I'm not too sure about that one. But at least Maposhka's able to grab the tower deny somehow. Small win. Small win.
I just love how much Ergon is loving his life right now. It's like, with that positioning as well, is, you know, you're thinking he's bluffing. He's not. No. He's gonna do it. And yeah, I said this to you in between the games, I think. I really like how Ghostic previously on the Slardar just leveraged that huge tanky fish body of his to, you know, tank all the spells going into the late game. and start dying in the necessary spaces, even when he had a really very good game up until that point. You see some people not making that sacrifice when the time is there. And here again, he's playing up. And Vichun, is he going to get tossed back onto
Ooh,
this
they're
edge?
going for him. Oh! Mistakes were made. Positive guys tossing each other instead of the enemy. It happens.
ILTW, excuse me. Or excuse you, rather. It's like, you know that Ergon says is I'm gonna toss him back. You know that.
Yeah, true. Vichun taken to the jungle, trying to get himself an item or two. The plan is going to be going straight in to the Ethereal Blade, starting things off with Ghost Scepter. He's got some agency he wants to take now as well. He's got plenty of stats to be able to do so. He's just going to keep on doing Meepo things. We want a low hard dance. Spots out Ghost Stick here. Ghost Stick. He's having a great time in this bottom lane. He's actually managed to grab a Sword of Defiance. He must have gotten some really good rolls in this Midas, actually. He had an okay time in lane. Not a fantastic time. I guess he had a pretty good time in lane, but he's definitely managed to double this Midas twice already, I think. He just shot up in the net worth chart. I didn't see the usages themselves, but you can tell when it happens. He's already hanging out with a Hood of Defiance. Casual thing.
So that's kind of why I was on that tangent before as well. He's got that hood, he's extremely tanky right now, and I've been enjoying how much he's thrown that really big fat ogre butt at his enemies.
Mm-hmm. Shake it.
So, oh yeah, so he's going to be playing up once again, and it's going to be covering for this smoke gank on the Ergon Echo Saber review.
Let's see, coming in up at top, all they've got their eyes on is DM. DM, though, realizing that he'd probably not be safe, but in comes the Dust, now turns around with the Burrow Strike, going aggressive onto them as the TPs are coming in. There's 4 heroes going to be up here for HellRaisers very shortly. Misha actually pops a Burrow Time, trying to get himself to safety. They're looking him down, though. Vichun throws in the net and will find it. Burrow Strike going to rip through as well. Abaddon made to look like paper as he is torn apart by HellRaisers. That is another kill for them. And unfortunately, that's going to be just about it. But, oh, never mind. Actually, they see Ergon. If they can find the net, this might be another kill. Immersion's here to try and help out, though. Net bees thrown down. Doesn't go find him immediately. Immersion might be the next target. Net thrown out, but it wasn't a very long Fortune's End. So Shadow Demon is able to keep himself at a safe distance. They're just going to position themselves the bounties and be happy with that. Ergon, though, he's coming back in. He's going to grab himself an easy, quick kill onto Maposhka. But now the net comes down. But I think they got to be careful here. Vichun, he doesn't have that much health. And in comes the ultimate from a low hard dance, just making sure he doesn't drop, and they can continue to kill off Ergon here. And down he will go. Meanwhile, Immersion still looking for this one right now. They've managed to have one Meepo on the backlands with 5 poisons. They'll get that kill. Vichun is dropped. I just want to see for the fun of it how much damage. Oh yeah, 1,100 magical damage done with Shadow Poison. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. And this is one of the problems with that Meepo, especially if you're not waiting for your timings, but you let yourself get baited into fights like this. You're supposed to get that E-Blade and start bursting people down so that you can get the numbers advantage. But if the fights are long, then yeah, they're going to have the time to properly select your right Meepo. You don't get to poof around and do
Low
all the
hard
tricks.
dance is just playing them right now. He's absolutely playing them. Immersion's trying to get the poison off, and then Oracle just throws on the Fate's Edict just as the poison tick gets finished, and he survives. Doesn't take any magic damage.
I see in the meanwhile that Ergon was playing around with DM on bot as well, and DM had to TP out on half health. It's gonna come into a low dance, get healed up.
Heal me, daddy. Oh, top lane Immersion, he's not a very healthy boy up here in the top lane, and TM and Maposhka are certainly hyper aware of this.
There's a blink up on DM.
Yeah, there you go. This is going to be an easy, quick kill. And now the Ogre's all alone, so they actually have a chance of bringing him down, but it might take some time. Ghostic moving up into the trees, looking to recreate the successes of his teammate Ergon earlier on. Let's see if they can do so, as DM waiting for him. Knows exactly where he's going to be coming through. There's your Burrow Strike coming out. They're going to throw in the epicenter as well. No big surprise. They're going to need it if they want to chunk through the Ogre Magi. He's tanking it all up, but not enough. Low hard dance puts an end to his life with the firing flames. Meanwhile, Ergon gets killed to Nyx elsewhere, but the burrow strike through. Baden forces out the borrowed time, but they're just going to keep on chasing him right now, and now they continue on. They're just going to keep on chunking down Misha. Misha being hit and hit and hit, and burrow strike, and that's a kill. Another Purifying Flames, another kill. Misha dead in the top lane. That's 3 corpses of positive guys now up here. Immersion might be making it 4. Well, his own again, but Ergon, yeah, there's going to be an easy, quick kill onto Maposhka, and even DM probably going to drop here as well as Immersion's ultimate ticks him off. That's going to be, and now things swinging back in the other way, and Ergon's still looking out for Aloha Dance here. This Tiny is goddamn terrifying, and Aloha Dance will run as fast as he can. Meanwhile, through all of this, ILTW's just farming up. He's managed to get himself a Battle Fury and a Yasha completely unfondled, jungling away, and he's actually top of net worth, which should not be the case when there's a Meepo in the game. Vici needs to be finding a lot more from this right now. Ergon would be a good target, but unfortunately the risk on going on him is just too high, so he will just let the tower fall and move on to continue jungling.
Unfondled?
Unfondled, indeed. The verb to not be fondled.
Well, he indeed hasn't been. And I doubt that later in the game he's going to let anyone fondle him without fondling them back real good. He's real happy with his life right now. That Mantis Style is going to come in fast, and then he'll just be online around the 22-minute mark. It's absolute great timing for Anti-Mage.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can get usually. A realistic situation. Well, down at bottom, Nyx is here. He's got a Remnant, and the moment Ergon shows, he will Remnant himself. Fortunately, the one person in lane against him was a Baden who can do diddly squat.
He is going the Soul Ring build though, which I always appreciate. Like, support Abaddon is so great if you can sit in the back, let your natural healing take care of itself.
Oh,
And
they're going. They want Ergon. The Epicenter's coming through. Are they going to try and help out? No, Ghost Stick can't do anything. Ergon's killed. Ghost Stick as well. Going to be thrown out right now. Nyx closing in the gap, and I think Ghost Stick is dead. I don't know where he's running. He's just running for the sakes of it. Another dead kill.
Hey,
Dead kill? Another successful kill.
look at that. Vichun has his E-Blade. Groups up with his team. This is the way you're supposed to play it. Not getting distracted by these petty skirmishes early on. You've got target snakes, man. You got stockholders waiting for you to hit those values, and he's finally getting there.
Yep,
so
the payoff
next
is
up
coming.
is going to be the Blink Dagger. He's already got the money if he wants to. It depends a little bit on if he feels free to just go for this guy. No, he's walking over to the side shop. He's going to have the Blink now.
And Immersion randomly pops the Shrine just to get his mana back. That's mighty questionable. Now if a fight does break out here, the Radiant aren't going to have their Shrine.
There's a double TP going into the mid lane though. Ghost Stick and Ergon are blasting down his mid lane. There's going to be another Invis rune up on that Tiny now as well.
Scary.
He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter. Well, what do you think of the Tiny Axe, Nomad?
Oh, I love the Tiny Eggs. It's great fun to watch.
What do you think the Meepo will think?
Yeah, he's probably going to suffer. Probably going to suffer rather immensely. As a smoke. Positive guys. Looking for some action in the bottom lane right now. Anti-Mage with him? Yes, he is. He's leading on the front lines. In fact, he's got this Mantis Style all finished up, and he really wants to show it to HellRaisers. My new toy. You like it? Poshka? Well, okay. He's happy to tank this one. Let's throw down the Tombstone for a little bit of extra gold for them, but that's about it. Looking at blast a little bit here. Yeah, positive guys happy to just sit on the front lines right now and really kind of take the fight to them. And look at this, Anti-Mage just blinking into everybody, feeling absolutely immortal right now. They jump onto Nyx, and Ergon wraps round the back. There is a save coming in from Aloha as in comes Vichu in the backlines, but does he have enough damage to bring him down? No, he's just going to get popped. Immersion does die from Vichu, but it is very not worth it as Vichu, Nyx, and DM, the 1, 2, 3, all 4 positive guys. I mean, is this actually just over? Like, what do you do now on HellRaisers? You just lost a massive fight. This is an absolutely huge deal. This Anti-Mage, he's only going to get harder to kill. I'm seriously worried for HellRaisers right now. This Meepo needs to start playing like an absolute god, finding all the pickoffs on the map in order to come back and be able to offer a threat to this Anti-Mage, because otherwise nothing will.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be pickoffs because, as you can see, in these massive fights with the amount of damage that Positive Guys is able to put out, and it's not even because their heroes are that good against the Meepo, it's more just that they are so far ahead by now. They've got all of their items in order. Ghost Stick with his pipe, keeping his team alive. Misha, not going to be great to take down either. And Immersion is just staying out of set, so the Meepo is probably going to have to find the core out of position, but it's going to be hard at this point. They're also tanky, and yeah.
Oh yeah, double
Positive
damage
Guys,
on anti-mage with
no blood.
Bloodlust. Cool. Very nice.
Very cool.
This, they're jumping
DM
in on
jumping into
DM
this.
with the Purge following up as well. Ogre Magi could be in a spot of bother right now, but in come the heals, in comes the mech. Another hard dance just picked up on the back
Oh.
lines as ILTW going deep. Nick's trying to survive, but will not be able to do so. ILTW picking up 2 huge kills in the backs. Meanwhile, V-Tune tries to jump in, comboed up by Ergon with the tree volley as well. Just take down the Meepo instantly. Maposhka, the one of the last ones left. They're biting back, but what's the point? ILTW on top of a low hard dance, trying to chase him down. DM might be the target instead. It's a target-rich environment. He can go for whoever he wants to here, and DM is going to be the big boy and gets taken down. The big stick comes and smacks him in the face. DM brought down. ILTW straight back into that Roshan pit. And there is absolutely nothing which HellRaisers can do about this anymore. Aegis will belong to ILTW. He's nearly got a Skadi up next as well. Just insane. Ergon's coming in to help him tank as well.
And you can see in that fight that the Meepo isn't even that far off of just completely demolishing Positive Guys' backline.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
the backline did actually go down in the end, but they get to live too long. The Abaddon gets one last heal off. Ghost Stick gets to pop that pipe again. And sometimes that makes all the difference. If the Meepo would have been, like, if this same fight would have gone down, let's say 2 or 3 minutes ago. Ooh,
Didn't see that one.
sorry, Argon. Yeah.
I guess it was just a tiny
Treasure.
combo.
And
This Tiny's 11-3 without blink, which is very impressive.
yep, he has been making use of all of this chaos on the map so well and creating a lot of it. I mean, the way this game started off with him moving around through the Dire base, buying all of that space is just, that was fantastic. That's such a huge morale boost as well. Nyx getting toyed around with here as well. Look at that. It's not even a full.
Okay,
He's just going on. It's like, I've got creep waves to clear. I don't care about you, Rockman.
Yep, he's got 1 goal right now, and he is achieving that. But Ergon, he's walking over back again, but he's got a tree volley as well, so... Oh, it's actually blinks forwards here. Hello? This isn't the right direction to turn in. Emergent's going to find him and be able to get off that disruption. Ergon has a singular tree to throw in his direction. Doesn't find the crit, though. Doesn't find the damage. The tree volley as well. Mostly going to miss, but it doesn't really matter. Nick buys a little bit of time. And Zebby, meanwhile, nearly finished. Yeah, he's finished up the Skadi. Oh my god. 25 minutes in. Battle Fury, Manta, Skadi, Treads.
He's unkillable.
Where is your god?
I think his name is I Like to Win.
Meepo, meanwhile, he's got Ethereal Blade, Blink, and looking for his own Skadi significantly further behind this AM. Good major item or two as they're going on to the back Meepo here. They try and TP him away, but interrupted by the Avalanche here. Ghost Stick ganging up with him, but DM's trying to help out, but the stun comes out from Ghost Stick, and he gets a nice big one as well. That's going to force out the False Promise and the Fortune's End as Meepo trying to get himself away, but it's just not looking like there's been way too much damage poured into the Meepo, and he's just going to get imploded in the middle lane. They jump up onto the high ground.
LTW is not done.
Yeah,
He's in
GG
base.
well played is called. Good game number 2. They put an end to their suffering. The anti-mage is too damn girthy, and HellRaisers cannot withstand it as the Ancient explodes, and HellRaisers will be knocked down to the lower bracket.
And all in all, I gotta say, a little bit just of a limp performance from HellRaisers here. Like, they never really get to make a fist. They definitely have a lot of team fight options with the Undying, with the Sand King. Sand King had a nice blink timing as well. They could have definitely made things happen, but I feel like maybe Nyx didn't connect well with the rest of his with his supports. And then there's, of course, VTune coming in these like unfortunate skirmishes and joining in on chasing that Tiny through the base.
Yep.
I saw too little conviction from them, really. And if you compare that to positive guys who have this anti-mage, like, all right, good, we are on a timer. They look at it, I can almost see them looking at each other and being like, all right, Urgon, Ghost Stick, you guys go have fun. Anti-mage needs space, and they're like, you got it, boss. You got it.
We got you. Yeah, that was a pretty concise victory there from positive guys, just making the anti-mage work. ILTW farming up an absolute storm. Urgon just killing everybody and making more space than the Milky Way. He was absolutely destroying it. And VTune had a good start and but then just ended up having a couple of critical deaths. And positive guys really were just able to focus him down, and Nick's really not finding much of an entry into the fight. And that is going to put an end to HellRaisers' upper bracket run, but they can still get through the lower bracket. And even if they get knocked out there, they still get to play in the minor qualifiers. So a lot on the line still for HellRaisers. Definitely won't be seeing the last of them here, but positive guys still looking absolutely fantastic right now. And we'll be seeing them moving through to the upper bracket finals, where they'll be playing up against the winners of Gambit versus Old But Gold, which is a series which is coming up next here on BTS4. My name is Nomad. She's Kips. If you enjoyed the cast, please do let us know, and we'll be back with that series very shortly.